Hello everyone, welcome to my mom's Chinese recipes. Today we are going to be making a simple home version of the dim sum hagao or shrimp dumplings. All the ingredients are in the description box below. First, we are going to butterfly the medium-sized shrimps. Mince them until they're paste-like. And then we're going to chop up some pork belly, preferably the kind with a lot of fat. We're going to combine them and season with soy sauce, sesame oil, salt, white pepper, and sugar. Stir in one direction until it is a little sticky and dough-like. This is important to keeping the shrimp filling together later. I also like to add a bit of green peas, both for texture and a bit of sweetness. Just a few spoonfuls will do. You can get really creative here and add whatever you think might fit. Shiitake mushrooms could also be a great addition. Now we're going to store the filling in the fridge to give it a better bouncier texture. And during this time, we will make the wrapper skin. For this recipe, you'll need both white rice flour and tapioca starch. The measuring amount is in the description. Starting with the white rice flour, add in the cold water and mix. You want a consistency that's similar to cake batter, where you can drizzle it and the streaks remain only for a second or two. You want to start with just 40 grams of water and add up to 5 grams if needed to achieve this consistency. It will depend on the brand of your flour. Now in a small pot, add in a half cup of water and bring that to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, pour it into the rice flour mixture while quickly stirring. You want this to be as hot as possible so it thickens. If by chance it isn't thickening properly, you can pour everything back into the hot pot and use the remaining heat to help the process. This is what we're aiming for. And now we're going to add in half a cup of tapioca starch, a little bit at a time, stirring between each time. The reason why we like to use two kinds of flour here is because rice flour is very fragrant, so it gives this dish a great taste, while tapioca flour gives you a nice chew and also a beautiful translucent color. If you can't find tapioca flour, cornstarch is also an okay substitute, but all three of these can be found in most Western supermarkets as well. We will now take out the filling and start the wrapping process. Feel free to make the filling ahead of time because the longer the shrimp chills in the fridge, the easier it will be to work with now. I'm using a traditional Chinese bamboo steamer lined with steamer paper, but you can also use cheesecloth. The only thing is it will be a little bit more work to wash afterwards. I recommend these paper, which you can find on Amazon or at any Chinese convenience stores. You will also need a small round cup like this. You can use a teacup or any tiny bowls. This is a method to teach home cooks how to wrap the shrimp balls without creating a mess, and it is pretty easy to learn. You're going to spread the paste like so around one side of the cup, not too thick. And now you will add in a small amount of the filling before closing it with more of the paste. Smooth it with the back of a spoon a couple of times. No need to seal it completely. Now with the wet hand, pull the whole shrimp ball out of the bowl and place it onto the steamer. Let's do that again. Spread the paste, make a nest, place in the filling, and flatten slightly. Seal with more paste. Wet your hand in some cold water and pull the whole shrimp ball out and form an oval. This recipe is good for 8 shrimp dumplings. Now we're ready for steaming. When the water comes to a boil, put the steamer on and turn the heat down slightly to medium-high. Steam for 8 to 10 minutes, and the shrimp dumplings will be translucent and fully cooked. The last step is to make a delicious sauce that goes with this. Boil 250 grams of water and season with a handful of Japanese bonito flakes. This will give the sauce a rich seafood flavor. Simmer for just 5 minutes and then remove the flakes. Add a bit of soy sauce, white pepper, and sugar. Now we will thicken it with a water and starch slurry. If you haven't made this before, the key is to use cold water and to mix in the cornstarch really well before adding it into the hot liquid. This is a classic Chinese cuisine technique to quickly thicken a sauce while adding a glossy finish. The sauce is flavorful and the shrimp dumpling is soft and juicy. We hope you will give this recipe a try and see you next time.